I know I look so raggedy. I just worked out. But I just feel like okay, so hello, this is like my first video, like video for my Xena La Diosa channel. I know I did that witchcraft one, and that was kind of like a tester video, like to just get the ball rolling. But I really wanted to use my channel to like talk about astrology and like some of that weirder stuff that isn't like superty duperty. I mean, I guess it is mainstream, but I wanted to use this channel to talk about some of that woo-woo stuff that I can't really talk about on my S Bankster channel. This channel is for like astrology and like metaphysics and all that good stuff, because I just want it to be a different audience. I wanted to talk about moon. I want to talk about Aquarius and Scorpio, because that is pretty much the influence of my moon. I have an Aquarius moon that squares off with Pluto in Scorpio, and the moon is sitting in my first house, and the moon is conjunct my rising. So how do I even begin to explain this? The intensity. I know that I'm a very intense person. I think that my Scorpio energy got magnified just because of the circumstances that I was born into. And then after having a baby, I really feel like I died. And I just really understand death and rebirth. And that is like the Scorpio archetype. That's why I freaking love Scorpio so much. I am obsessed. That is my favorite sign of the zodiac, aside from Aquarius. So I really wanted to talk about that aspect, because people, a lot of times they talk about Aquarius not being an Aquarius, and they talk about the energy, and they talk about how Aquarius is so detached and all that good stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. Well, I living as an Aquarius, I don't understand where the information comes from that that Aquarius is detached. Like, who made that up? Like, I don't understand. Maybe it is the Scorpio influence on my moon that makes me less detached. Oh, of course. I love the Aquarius Scorpio together, because Aquarius doesn't have time to sit around and like hope that somebody figures you out. It's like, no, I'm gonna tell you what it takes. You can do it, or you can get cut off. I mean, I don't know. You can do it, or you can get cut off. It's so easy. I don't think that makes us detached. I think that makes our standards high, because we know what we want and we know how to communicate what we want. When you know what you want, but you can't communicate it to other people, and you expect them to read your mind, that's literally a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. The other person's never going to know what you want. You're never going to get your needs met. And it's like, it's a lose-lose. I don't have time for that. I only do win-win situations. The second that I see that a situation is like a losing situation, I get the hell up out of there. Maybe Scorpio likes to cling on to dear life to situations that are dead, because they want to bring it back to life. I understand that. I understand bringing myself back to life. So if I'm in a situation, again, it's wearing on my personality, it's weighing on my heart, it's causing me to act differently, it's causing me to act erratically, I'm cutting that shit off. I don't deserve that. I deserve consistency. I deserve what the hell I ask for. And I ask for it. I don't expect people to read my mind or anything like that. I speak so goddamn clearly to these people that when they don't do it, I have no choice but to assume that it's intentional. And when I see that something is intentional, I'm just like, this person doesn't deserve to know me. I don't know who this person is. This person is dead to me. So I just kind of take it, I feel like I just take that Scorpio aspect to another level, because Scorpio likes to shut the hell up and shut the hell down and really brood a lot. And I'm just like, I totally understand. I'm like that sometimes. But the thing is that I'll communicate, and I'll be like, look, I'm going through something. Leave me the hell alone. Leave me alone. I don't feel like talking to anybody. I just don't. Don't try to force me. If you try to fucking do that, we're gonna have a problem. Okay? I tell you what I want. You can't give me what I want. You should understand that the next step is me never talking to you again. Like, I just don't know what it is. I don't have the patience of a Scorpio who sits around waiting for someone to figure it out. I don't have that patience. If you give it to me right now, or you're useless. I know that sounds cold, but maybe that's the Aquarius side talking. They say that Aquarius is cold, but I'm just like, look, I feel like the Aquarius energy really empowers the Scorpio energy, and that's why I love the two energies together. It's just that cerebral, emotional connection. I mean, like, we're humans. We're multi-bodied beings. So why not be able to live in multiple bodies at the same time? Do people get confused by me even when I speak plain-ass English to them? Yes. How do they do it? I don't know. But again, for Aquarius, Aquarius needs to make sure that you're a smart mother effer. Aquarius needs to know that you're not stupid as hell. I know that Scorpio can stomach like some of the less intelligent stuff. Aquarius isn't effing with that. Now we go into Queen of Swords land. You know what I mean? So I really just kind of wanted to talk about that aspect because I'm not sure. I just don't understand how astrologers say that Aquarius is detached. Like, I really don't understand what they mean by that. Like, I know my emotions. I know that they're out of this fucking world. I know that when my emotions get out of control, if I am not by myself, somebody's getting hurt. I know this. I am aware. So I'm just like, I don't know if that's the Aquarius moon. I don't know if that's the Scorpio aspect. I just know that I'm fucking aware. And I communicate that shit because I really do want to protect the people around me. Like, when I shut the hell up and get the hell away from you, I promise you it's for your benefit. Again, I wanted to come on here and kind of talk about that a little bit because I love Scorpio. I respect Scorpio so much when they're fucking elevated and not raggedy and not fucking so arrogant and unself-aware. Like, there's nothing worse than a Scorpio who's stinging you all over the place because they have misconceptions about you and they just fucking judge you based on their past. They judge you based on shit that they've seen. This is what happened with the most recent Scorpio man that I was talking to. Every single thing that I even brought up, it didn't matter. He kept relating it to somebody from his past. And I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on here. There's me and there's you. Are you dealing with me, or are you dealing with projections of every motherfucking body else that you've already dealt with and throwing that shit onto me? That he never got to know me. He doesn't know anything about me to this day because he spent so much time projecting the personalities of people that he's dealt with in the past. And I'm just like, I don't know those people, so I don't care about those people. I don't want to hear about those people. There's me. Now, if you want to get to know me and perhaps I portray a quality that you've seen in the past, well, hey, based on the amount of humans that are on Earth, there's kind of a high probability that I will portray some of those behaviors that you've already seen. Yeah, let's use logic. I know Scorpio doesn't like logic. I know Scorpio is a feeler. I know this because I feel. But I know how to, what is it, like logify? I know how to, we're just really logic. I think Aquarius is really like logical about their emotions. They're very cerebral about their emotions. I don't know why people act like we're just out here being aliens and we don't feel shit. That's like retarded. We're humans. Of course we feel shit. That's stupid to even say that. But they're not Aquariuses, so I can't expect them to understand. Just like Scorpios don't expect anyone to understand them. And this is why I catch like so much heat, because it's like I'm so misunderstood by everyone. The Scorpios don't understand me shit. The Aquarius don't even understand me. I'm just like this freaking anomaly. And it's like, I don't want to be. This is why I communicate so damn clearly with everybody. You know? I really wanted to get on here and talk about that because it's really important to me. I don't like when people just look at me and like, you'll listen to some people talk about Aquarius, they'll be like, yeah, they're so attached, they're just flying all over a place, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, do you even know? Like, are you in the body? Like, do you know what's going on in the body, or are you making assumptions based on what you see from the outside, thinking that you know everything because you're so goddamn arrogant? It's not attractive. You know? Aquarius likes logic. Aquarius likes data. Aquarius likes quantifiable information. That's what Aquarius likes. So what I will say is that people do misunderstand Aquarius all the time because they're not Aquarius, the same way that they misunderstand Scorpio because they're not Scorpio. But I wanted to really kind of talk about that it's the Aquarius Scorpio like mix. It's the Scorpio Aquarius mixture that I think that makes me so, well, I'll just say out of this world. It's really rare when someone says, I've met someone just like you. That I never get that. I never get that, because I'm not gonna be arrogant and say like, there's only one Xena, I'm the baddest. Like, I'm not gonna be like that. I just am very aware that I'm very aware that I'm not a personality type that you come across often, like in everyday life. The Scorpio side of me is shut the hell up, observe everything. The Aquarius side of me is, if I'm in a public setting, this is a public setting, go ahead and act like you're in a public setting. I switch back and forth. I switch back and forth like constantly, because I live on Earth and I have to navigate Earth. You gotta have fucking charisma. You have to be charismatic. Sometimes I feel like Scorpio forgets about that. I feel like Scorpio by itself forgets about the charisma, and it's like speaking shit is part of being charismatic. I don't know if charisma is something that is important to the archetype of Scorpio, but to the archetype of Aquarius, which is extremely cerebral, intelligent, likes intelligence, prefers intelligence, yeah, knowing how to maneuver. I can hang out with hobos, or I can hang out with millionaires, and I know how to carry that conversation. Like, I think that's a superpower. That's what I think. So when people say that like we're detached, it's just like, I don't understand. It's like, maybe I don't need to attach myself to any old thing that comes walking by. I'm very aware of my value. I'm very aware of who deserves my attention. That value, I would say, falls under that umbrella of Scorpio, and that would probably be the Scorpio influence. But I just think that obviously I'm like doubly misunderstood having the moon, and that's all the energy. Oh, and I have Saturn in my first house too. It's all over the place for me. Who, moon and Saturn in the first house? Tell me that's something you come across on a normal basis in astrology. If you're an astrologer and you read people's charts the way I do, I read people's charts constantly. And I have yet to come across moon in the first house, Saturn in the first house from another person. I have yet. So again, I'm working with really interesting energy. I have a grand trine in my chart, a grand trine, Scorpio, Cancer. My sun is in Cancer. Jupiter, Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Scorpio. So I have a grand trine, and it's just, I guess I'm making this video because I know that there's other Aquariuses out there who, they love to say like Aquarius is the alien of the zodiac, and it's like, I just think that we perceive life on Earth in such a different way than Scorpio does. Scorpio is, I understand they understand the life and the death aspect, but what about the afterlife aspect or the non-Earth aspect of life? Like, does Scorpio dare to venture into that territory? I don't know. I really don't know. Aquarius likes to talk about shit that's really off the wall towards a regular human who's so used to the customs and what's already been established here on Earth, the way things are. Like, Aquarius is doing shit different. Aquarius wants to do shit different. They don't like basic. Aquarius doesn't like basic. Aquarius doesn't like stupid. It just won't do. Scorpio likes deep. Scorpio likes depth. They like that deep connection. That, it's like, to me, I need a deep mental connection with someone. Maybe that's it, a deep mental connection. But it can't be all cerebral. I get bored if somebody is just all brains and they don't understand how to freaking get down into the trenches. That's something is just like, what, have you lived life? Have you gone through anything? Like, are you sheltered or are you confused? Like, I guess I'll start asking questions like that, because I'm literally just like trying to understand, like, how have I lived so much life and like died so many times, and this person is like still here taking the one life so seriously? I get confused by that. And I think that Aquarius as much as like I've heard people that are Scorpios, like on Scorpio channels and stuff, like on YouTube, like they'll talk about like, yeah, like Scorpio doesn't mesh well with Aquarius because like Aquarius is too detached. And I'm just like, I think that the way that you're being hypocritical, basically. Scorpio is very hypocritical. That's one of the qualities that I think that is not really spoken about, like when you look up Scorpio videos and things like that. But Scorpio is very hypocritical because unless they're acknowledging themselves and how they are, every time they judge someone, it's like they're unable to see that that's their own preconception and that's their own programming that has them thinking like that. You know what I mean? It's like they're unable. Scorpio only goes as deep as their programming, and Aquarius wants to break all that programming. It wants to blow it to fucking smithereens. Aquarius doesn't want any of that basic shit to survive. Aquarius wants a whole new fucking take on Earth. And it's like sometimes Scorpio is still trying to dive deep to the depths of the Earth. And it's just like, but I don't know. It's a square, again, it's a square aspect. So it's not like these energies naturally work in harmony. But because it's in my first house, I don't have a choice but to have that shit working in harmony. But I did want to talk about that because I know that both signs are just so misunderstood. And then like one talks about the other, and it's like, how could you talk shit about the other when both are so fucking amazing? I just think that sometimes Scorpio is like really hypocritical. They're so busy judging everyone else instead of taking that energy and turning it on themselves. Aquarius sees that as, well, I don't know. I feel like Aquarius sees that as like stupidity. Aquarius sees that as like, okay, so this person is not self-aware. Like, okay, so this person is not that smart. And if you know any Aquarius doesn't like that dumb shit. Aquarius is highly intelligent, highly. And I know some people that are like Scorpios, they say like, yeah, Scorpio doesn't really do mental. Yeah, maybe that's why when I come across a Scorpio that's not that intelligent, there's nothing there. Like they can't go to the depths. You need intelligence to get there. Like how the hell are you gonna get back out? I just feel like with my aspect, it's like I go deep down into hell just to rise up to the heavens. Then I go back to hell, then back to the heavens, then back to hell, then back to the heavens. And I feel like that's kind of like the process or the cycle that keeps on happening, because it's just like I know how to dive deep. I can't be around people who can't dive deep. The same way I can't be around people who are fucking dumb. I think my first video on my other YouTube channel. My first video on my other YouTube channel is talking about how I can't be around dumb people. I was in major Aquarius energy back then. There was no death and rebirth. I was completely, you know what? I was in full-blown Aquarius mode. I was detached. I was detached from my own inner self. I was detached from my own true self. And maybe when Aquarius is operating like at a lower octave, that is the problem. That Aquarius is not aware of self. And when Aquarius is not aware of self, it's just not good. When anybody is not aware of self, when anybody is not aware of like who they are and how they behave and like what sets them off, like that's bad for anybody. So I guess I just wanted to kind of say that it's a very interesting experience living on Earth. The deepest, darkest stuff people don't even want to like talk about with, not necessarily like not with me, just like in general, people don't want to go there. And I just don't understand how you don't want to go there. Like, how can you not want to go there? Like, how can you not? But that's, again, I think that might just be the Scorpio energy. Yeah. Scorpio wants to go there when they're fucking awake. When the Scorpio is not fucking awake, they spend a lot of their fucking time just getting mad at people, stinging them all over the place, and blaming other people for why they're behaving the way they're behaving. And a lot of times Scorpio doesn't want to like take accountability or take responsibility for themselves. Like they'll be like, yeah, Scorpio will test you this, that. Like test them based on what? Like what is a pass or a fail, Scorpio? What is a pass or a fail? Because what you're going to say is going to come from something that you were ingrained with in your childhood. It's not true or false. It's not true or false. It's just what you were ingrained with based on your experiences. And you want other people to basically adapt themselves to suit what you want. And that's not realistic at all. It's not worth stinging someone. It's not worth trying to get at someone or trying to embarrass them or do anything like that. It's like, I understand like the vengeance and stuff is in the archetype. Ooh, trust me. Ooh, trust me. But when there's no accountability for why you are even behaving the way you're behaving, it makes for some really toxic shit. Some really toxic bullshit. And I don't care. I will call a Scorpio out on their bullshit. All the time. There is no like, oh, they're so deep, you just don't get it. Like, oh, they're hiding. I see through all that bullshit so fast. I really do. I'm not scared of any Scorpio. I've been stung by Scorpios. I've stung Scorpios. I've done alien-like dissections on people, thanks to Aquarius. They don't know they're being dissected and being cut open because, again, Aquarius is so goddamn smart. They're doing it and they're fucking reading cues. You know what I mean? Aquarius is misunderstood, so I came on here to kind of like try and clear up some of the confusion. I probably didn't do a good job of clearing up the confusion. I just wanted to kind of speak to that aspect a little bit because I am so goddamn tired of people saying that Aquarius is detached. Like that is it. It's cringy. It's like, are you stupid? It makes you sound stupid. And that's the last thing Aquarius wants to be around or entertain or even be threatened by, is the company of someone who's unintelligent. So emotional intelligence, for example, that's something that I believe falls under the realm of Aquarius. I really do. Emotional intelligence, understanding why you feel a certain way, being able to draw that back to data that was processed either in your childhood or from a previous relationship or from an experience that happened at the grocery store when you were like, I don't know, 8 years old. I don't know. Aquarius likes data, emotional data, energetic data, data that's floating around here, sound, sight, smell. We process that as data. Where Scorpio likes to dive deep and stuff, Aquarius is understanding the need to dive deep. This is at least what I can say based on my moon aspect and the Aquarius and the Scorpio energy in my chart. Again, I'm a Cancer sun, so I'm already like sensitive, but the Aquarius moon really saves me along with that Scorpio energy. So I needed to talk to that because I'm just so freaking confused by people sometimes. Astrologers. You're an astrologer. Like, let's go. Like, let's get into it. You're an astrologer. Let's fucking get into it. Let's not do this like crazy. I read this information offline, so I'm going to keep regurgitating it. Like, why who told you that Aquarius is detached? Did an Aquarius tell you that? Or was it somebody who was looking at an Aquarius and judging them based on them not behaving like them? Come the fuck on. Like, let's be real. Let's look at shit. Let's get smart about it. Let's not be dumb asses on this earth. You know what I mean? So I pretty much think that's it that I have to say about that. If there's anything that I left out, I'm pretty sure somebody will come and comment. Because people love to just, I don't know, people are on YouTube, it's just a different, this is just a whole different ball game on YouTube. But it just goes back pretty much to understanding. Aquarius wants to understand what's going on around them. Aquarius is intrigued by Scorpio. but not when they're basic as hell. Like the last Scorpio I dealt with, like there's just nothing to him. They're gonna be like, oh, Scorpio will be like, it's just because he didn't reveal himself. I'm just like, no, I fucking watched his actions. He revealed everything I needed to know. He doesn't need to talk that much. There's nothing to say. There's only behavior. There's only presence. There's only what's fucking happening. There's only data that's being collected in real time. There is no opening up. I don't need to know all that to know the type of person that you are. Because the type of person that you are shines through all day, every day. On the subconscious level and the little shit that you do. You know? I'm not looking for like big old signs. The last Scorpio I was dealing with wasn't aware that he was being tested constantly. He thought that he passed all his tests and that he passed the exam and that school was over. Like, no, learning me and getting to me, we're talking about a temple of secrets right here. And I'm still a human fucking being. We're humans. We're meant to communicate with each other. Again, it goes back to like Scorpio. What the fuck are you doing? Open your mouth. Fucking communicate with people. Stop fucking getting mad at people for not reading your motherfucking mind. That's childish. That is literally childish. Grow the hell up. If you are mad at somebody because they cannot read your mind, cut the motherfucker off. Straight up. Stop fucking projecting all of that shit onto that other person and trying to force them to be a certain way. Scorpio, because of control, I get it. Because of control, Scorpio loves to do that. Control your motherfucking self. Control your motherfucking self, Scorpio. Stop trying to control other motherfuckers. It's creepy. Aquarius doesn't like that shit. Aquarius doesn't like motherfuckers trying to be all possessive, trying to be all controlling and shit over a human being. You didn't bring me onto this earth. You didn't. You're not responsible for my life. Let me live my motherfucking life. I'll let you live your life. I'll watch you. I want to learn about you. Let's be friends. True friends. Not friends that are fucking stabbing each other all the time. Like, no, friends who are trying to understand each other and what our purpose is here. Come on now, let's level the hell up. As proud as Scorpio is, and as much as I love Scorpio, I like the higher octave. And I feel like I've reached the higher octave because a lot of these Scorpios are just running around here fucking mad at the world. And it's like, you're only mad at the world because that's how you perceive it. Look in the motherfucking mirror. Control your motherfucking self. Don't fucking try to control other people because you will get pushback. You're gonna get it. I don't know I just don't understand what other outcome you're looking for. Control your motherfucking self. That's all anybody can do. Aquarius is not detached. Aquarius is just not understanding this lesser shit that people do. Aquarius doesn't really understand jealousy. Jealous for what? There's no other. I am the only person in this body. The next woman, she can be fucking beautiful and I can look at her and admire her beauty, and it doesn't make me any less beautiful. Do you see like what I'm saying? It doesn't make, sometimes I just feel like, sometimes I just don't understand. And this is why I love astrology, because I study archetypes. I don't really look at like people. I just look at the archetype and how does the archetype play out. The archetype of Aquarius is said to be detached. And I know that in my life, I'm not detached from anything. I'm just not detached. I'm processing the motherfucking data. I'm processing data constantly. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you know what? I really don't have fucking control over another fucking person. And what another fucking person does when we're not motherfucking together is their business. It literally is their business and has nothing to do with me. And if it has something to do with me, that's their problem. I don't know why they're taking actions. I don't know why they're taking actions based on me if it's not for me. Hey, I gotta be honest about that. Like, if you're not doing it for me, then I don't know. I was talking to my sister, my twin sister, so obviously she has the same Aquarius Scorpio aspects, but it's just like people get so offended, like in relationships when they get cheated on, and it's just like, you're only mad because the other person made a move that wasn't in your favor, and that's why you call it cheating. You just take these labels and shit like that. That's why I'm just like, Aquarius knows how to pick that shit apart, whereas Scorpio just knows how to feel how they feel, and how they feel is just how they feel, and everybody just has to just accept that. And it's like, grow up. Aquarius wants Scorpio to grow the hell up, because Scorpio has lots of fucking powers, and Scorpio it literally has healing powers, like on this plane, on this earth. But when they're not fucking high up, they're just fucking destroyers. And I don't care what anybody says, that is the archetype: to destroy, to kill. That is the archetype of Scorpio. So when they're not birthing shit, they're killing shit. The lower octave Scorpios kill shit. They sabotage shit. They ruin shit. I don't know why y'all like don't talk about this in the Scorpio videos, but the lower level, that is how they are. They are destructive. Mars. They are destructive. So as sexy as they are and how good the sex may be, that's not enough for an Aquarius. That's just not enough. Come up here. Aquarius wants every sign to do that. It's not even just like Scorpio. I'm only talking about Scorpio because those are the aspects that are being made to my moon. Pluto's right there, coming in, surging in. I know the intensity of my personality. I warn people with my words. Aquarius speaks. Aquarius communicates so that there's less confusion. That's so that people aren't out here fucking acting like they didn't get it. Aquarius doesn't have time for that shit. Scorpio has time to wait around for someone like fucking have their epiphany moment, like, oh, I get it now. Like, the other person wanted me to do this. I should have just done that. Like, no, like, Aquarius is like, let's get fucking to the point. Let's fucking get there. Let's use our brains. Let's use our big boy pants, and let's fucking go. You coming, Scorp? I just love Scorpio and Aquarius. Those are my two favorite archetypes in the entire zodiac. I know I'm a Cancer sun, but I just have the highest respect for those two signs. There's no other sign, not Leo, not Sagittarius, definitely not Pisces, not Virgo. Capricorn is up there, but it's not one of my favorites. They're, again, they're too, I feel like they're into control too. Like, they're too controlling as well. And it's just like, control. That's what I'm going to say to everybody all the time. Control your motherfucking self, because that's all you can control. Stop looking outward and trying to control the people around you. That's sick. And Aquarius isn't for it. Aquarius doesn't understand why anybody would fucking try to do that to another human being. Aquarius just doesn't, that shit doesn't compute in the brain of an Aquarius. It does not compute. Why would another person try to be that way? Unless it's based on fucking social conditioning. In that case, you need to break down the fucking social conditioning, step into your true self, step into the fact that you are a human, and appreciate other humans for being who they are, instead of trying to tear them down because they're not what you want. Admit that you do that, Scorpio. I mean, I'm talking to myself here. But I'm coming up out of that. I'm more so like in the death and the rebirth phase, where it's just like, damn, I really did die. And part of my thing is destroying that old me. Destroying all of that fucking programming that caused me to behave that way, because that way is not fucking healthy. And I like health. I like healthy relationships. I like healthy, deep relationships. Don't you see? But how can it be healthy and deep if you're so fucking busy stinging people with that motherfucking toxic ass stinger because they made a move that fucking crossed you, but they had no clue that it fucking crossed you because they're not motherfucking mind readers? Do you see? We don't live on an earth of fucking mind readers and people who are sensitive and attentive. That's not the earth we live on. Learn to work with what you have. Where the fuck are we now? Stop living in the past. Stop applying the past to the present. because the past has happened already. Now you have a new experience. Maybe you're seeing similarities. Maybe instead of going about these similarities the same way you did in the past, maybe try something new. Hey, that's where Aquarius comes in. Let's do something new. Let's do something different. Let's switch this shit up. Scorpio just likes to go through the same shit over and over and over and over, and it's just like, look, you're hurting yourself and everybody around you. So that's all I have to say about that. Damn, that video was long. Well, I wanted to make that video. If there's like any disagreement, obviously you can comment below. I love disagreements. I love discourse. I love logical conversations. I feel like blah, blah, blah. Already you lost me. I'm just like, okay, where's the data at? Let's bring the data. I think that people just don't understand that Aquarius needs data they need data to understand why it's important to feel a certain way. Why it's worth their fucking time to feel a certain way. Because not everything is fucking worth it. Not anybody is worth me getting into the fucking trenches of the earth. Not everybody is fucking worth me fucking sharing my body with them. I need fucking data to go off of, you know? So that's where I'm gonna end that. If there's anything else you'd like me to say about that, you can. I'm gonna go ahead after, I guess like during this part where I'm talking right now, I'll go ahead and post up my like my advertisement or whatever from my website. I do life coaching, but I do natal chart readings as well. I'll do natal charts like all day. Like all day I can do natal charts, reading people. Like I'm at the point where it's like I don't even need to see your chart. I see the energy that's playing out in you. I can see the Scorpio. I can see the Sagittarius, like based on how you're behaving. So that's where I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. You just pay me on Cash App or PayPal. I even accept Western Union. It's just a walk down the street. And you pay me through there. You pay me on either one of those, and I'll get the money. Obviously, you pay me first, and then I'll give you the service later. And then we'll go ahead and see what's going down. I used to do like the live coaching and stuff, but I actually don't have like the energy really to be going live. I can send you pre-recorded videos, and then I can send you your chart basically in PDF form and highlight the things that I'm seeing. I'm just one astrologer. I'm not like the head honcho of astrology or anything like that. I don't play when it comes to astrology. People think it's a joke and stuff. All right, it's a joke to you. It's not a joke to me. I read fucking energy. That's what the fuck I can read. People talk a lot with their words. They say a lot of shit with their words. I look at actions. I look at movements. I look at body language. I look at all that shit that's unspoken. And I collect that data. So if you watched to the end, thank you for watching to the end. And I obviously want to make more videos for my Zena La Diosa channel, but it's going to take some time because I'm just not really, there's just a lot going on in my life. Like I'm still getting accustomed to living in Florida, still trying to make friends with people who are so goddamn fake. Like, well, in a culture that is so goddamn fake. Like finding real people, it's literally like finding hay in the needle stack. I got that analogy from SpongeBob, but I just love it so much because it's like, yes, it's not finding a needle in a haystack, because it's literally going through the fucking torture of finding one real ass piece of something that grew from Earth. It's just so funny to me. But anyways, thank you if you watched through to the end. Again, you've seen my ad already for my services. I do natal chart readings. I do tarot card readings. So thank you again if you watched all the way through to the end, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.